Memorial Gymnasium in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Twin County Cable 4 Sports presents the East Penn Conference Championship. It's the boys' championship ball game tonight, and it features the Central Catholic Vikings. They come into the ball game with a 17-5 record, 13-3 overall. They're coached by Rich Baxa. They are the number 2 seed, but if we're going to be honest, they too are a number 1 seed, much like the Whitehall Zephyrs. The team that they will take on, a flip of the coin decided who got 1 and who got 2. Whitehall comes in with a 16-5 record. They are 13-3 overall under head coach Ron Hassler. Hello, everybody. Gary Laub, Dick Tracy, Dan Marakovich, Scott Barr will be at courtside for our ball game this evening. This promises to be an outstanding game as long as both of our teams still have their legs, because they played very tough ball games last night. Dan, Central went up against an Allen team last night that caused them fits for a while, but then their defense kind of held on a little longer than Allen's did. It was just a great ball game with a lot of pressure. Tough to come back off of that and play another tough game here tonight?
I don't think so. I think the fellas are going to be sky high. They played Whitehall well the last time at Rockney Hall. They defeated them, and that defense featured some strong man-to-man, especially by one, Rashawn Drayton.
They have split during the season. Whitehall blew them out at Whitehall in the first ball game. As Dan said, Central won the second ball game, so there's no advantage, no edge there. I think one of the problems Central has is trying to decide what defense to play against Whitehall. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think there's a few choices here, Gary. You could go with his match that he has done over the last 2 or 3 years, and he's done it very well. You can go with the straight man-to-man, which gave him a victory at Rockney Hall where Drayton was so instrumental. Or you can go a matchboxing one and let maybe one of the subs come off the bench, like a Bickert, Hound, Lisicky all night long. So there's a choice of 3.
You mentioned Pete Lisicky. Of course, they have their own Lisicky-type player in Gabe Lisicky. These two guys kind of offset each other, and the game's going to be won by a lesser-known player?
That's possibly correct, Gary. Lewellis is probably the only player on Central Catholic that looks for the shot, because that's his role.
All right, let's take a look at the starters for Central. The kids that will be out there on the floor to begin it. It'll be Sproul and Smith, Lewellis, Drayton, and Cramsey. But we know they have a solid bench. It won't be long before Radio or Trella's in the ball game.
No, Radio was instrumental in the win before the Allen game, and Trella has given them good offense and good defense. But if you look at that starting lineup and you look at yesterday's game, you could go right down the list and almost treat it like a scouting report, because Sproul did his imitation of Greg Spang yesterday, where he created offense by defense and defending, stealing balls. You could go down the list and continue to talk about Cramsey, where he doesn't really care if he scores. He bangs, he intimidates, he gets the ball, he gets the fast break started. Lewellis, he just shot perfectly again, made some threes, some NBA threes yesterday, exactly what he's supposed to do.
The big improvement in the ball club appears to be, towards the end of the season, the play of their guards. I think Smith and Sproul have just been outstanding.
Well, we talked about Smith on other broadcasts, and yesterday it was that kind of game that brought the best out in Smith, because it was transition. When he's in the open floor, he really shines. He knows how to slice to the bucket, and he uses his body so beautifully when he's in the air. He loves to go to the hole.
All right, let's talk about the Whitehall Zephyrs. Dick Tracy, an expert on that ball club. Dick, we talk a little bit about a team being a little tired. They go double overtime. Normally, you say to me, you play the matchup defense, you can rest a little bit. They didn't rest last night. They got so far behind, they had to really spread that defense out. Is Whitehall capable of coming back off a double overtime win?
Well, they probably cut their practice from 3 hours to 2 hours this morning as a result of preparation. Now, I thought about that quite a bit. In fact, I thought about it on the way home after you posed it last night, Gary. I know for sure that 2 of the 4 teams involved here tonight practiced today, this morning. I think a third practice, and I'm pretty sure the 4th, just to go along with the practice, too. Kids are resilient. They bounce back. They're 16 years old. If they wouldn't be at the court this morning or sleeping, they'd be sitting in some mall watching some game or something else. No, I think they're capable of bouncing back no matter what the physical drain was taken from them last night. Emotionally, prime time, ready to play. That really doesn't mean a thing. Coach Dodopoulos posed that emotional question to me. I said, I don't think it exists. I said, they know it's at stake. I think they're ready to go. Last night, I think they're so anxious to continue their late performance of that game last night that they just can't wait to get out here and play, no matter how they feel physically.
Dick, we talk about a team having to play back-to-back, which gives you a little time for preparation. They may have had a couple of hours today, but the plus on Whitehall's side is that they basically do the same thing all the time. I mean, the match is the match. You know what they're going to do. Their adjustments, I would think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, are subtle little adjustments defensively and subtle adjustments offensively.
3 things, Gary, that I would think that Whitehall would prep for. Well, you got to prep a zone offense, you got to prep a man offense, and you got to prep for the match. Now, that's the only court presence. Anything else you can do on the board. The scouting, you'll pick that up, and that's a big, big part of their game. You might want to combo someone who else might have the hot hand. You might want to get some kind of box or something there. But other than that, it's just a matter of going through the shooting, going through the scouting report, and going on a couple things over the court. You can do that in 40 minutes. You really can. I just think that the physical part would not be a bother. I hate to make it personal, but I go back to when I first went to Whitehall the first couple of years. We got in a tournament in Jersey, and it was way down the line near Somerville. And if you win, you come back the next day. Well, we won Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we were making a trip into Jersey, Jersey proper, 4 nights in a row, and practice in the morning because it was a Christmas vacation. Moms were thanking me because we kept the kids out of the mall and things like that. Ruined a couple of suppers, but 4 straight games in 4 nights plus a trip plus practice, and they loved it. They loved it. We stopped at Peaburg at that hot dog Jimmy's on the way home, so no problem. And it was just great.
All right, let's take a look at the Whitehall starters while we decide whether Dick broke any child labor laws. The Whitehall Zephyr lineup: Dogmanits, Lisicky, Remaley, Raysely, and Kiprislis. I'm going to have trouble with that one all night. And Dick, they've discovered now that they have a pretty good bench too. So everybody in this ball game tonight can go 7, 8 deep.
Well, you guys brought up some real good things that I've been trying to answer myself. And you were talking about in between you. Number one, will number 32s negate each other? Will Willis and Lisicky cancel each other out? Is that an even deal? Will the Cramsey-Drayton combination be even with the Raysely-Kiprislis combination? Let's say that cancels it. What's left? A red-hot lefty point guard and a red-hot three-point shooter. And it could come down to that. I personally think it'll come down to which team plays a better defense tonight.
All right, there it is in a nutshell. And what it promises to be is an outstanding game. It's been a wacky year of basketball in the East Penn Conference, and look how it comes out. Number 1 against number 1. We'll have tip-off coming your way right after this timeout.
Hey, Bob, what's wrong with you?
Nothing. Today's my birthday. I had a couple of drinks, and now I'm going to drive home.
Why, you can't drive in that condition. Don't you know you're not allowed to drive and drink?
I'm perfectly all right. There's nothing wrong with me.
You trust me, I'll get my truck and haul you home.
You're making something out of nothing.
Just remember what I always say.
What?
Don't be a dumb bunny. Get home safe to your honey.
Oh, boy.
From everyone at ABE Car Care, please, don't drink and drive.
Dad, will you come in with me?
You can do it, Billy. Since 1897, Nazareth National Bank has provided friendly personal service.
Good morning, Mr. Hanson.
For nearly a century, banking decisions have been made by people who live and work in your community. Today, we're proud to honor those same values and continue our personalized service.
Thank you, Mr. Hanson.
Nazareth National Bank, we keep the tradition of trust.
Even as a kid, the Brass Rail was my favorite place to eat. It's nice to know the Brass Rail has the same good home-style cooking and reasonable prices I grew up with. And they've got a wide variety of beverages. We all have our favorite dishes. Our daughter's is the famous Phil's Original Steak Sandwich. And my son, I think he likes the spaghetti as much as I did when my dad used to bring me here. The Brass Rail has been part of my family for years. Why not make it part of yours?
The Brass Rail with 2 convenient locations.
You are watching the Lehigh Valley's company of choice. Twin Counties Cable 4.
Twin County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, a world of choice.
Welcome back. Our game tonight, the championship ball game brought to you by Rarick Dodge and Bath. They're having their annual 1993 model year clearance sale. Only a few 93 models remain, including dealer demonstrators. You can save thousands of dollars on a new Dodge Intrepid or Grand Caravan demonstrator model at Rarick Dodge, located just minutes north of Route 22 and Route 512 in Bath. And while you're there, say hi to the new Dodge Neon. That's Rarick Dodge, home of the clean deal. Our teams tonight, of course, Central and Whitehall. It'll be Central introduced first. They are the visiting team. Whitehall, of course, does not come out during introduction. And the entire team, I believe, will be introduced for both schools. So we'll see. Maybe Whitehall will come out this evening for the introduction. Scott Barr is at courtside, and I think he was trying to get an interview with Jen Wesco, so we'll see whether or not that comes about. Guys, this promises to be a really fine ball game this evening. Both these teams have played the best basketball in the East Penn Conference in what has been a very erratic year, Dick. So they both deserve a pat on the back for maintaining a little of the sanity of the season.
Well, when we assembled, Gary, in the room prior to the game, I thought you said something very interesting. You know, people complain, but here we get the tournament week. All the games are exciting. Everybody gets excited about it. I mean, we just have to have a great game, because up to now we've had nothing but great games. That would be a big letdown if this doesn't come down to the wire.
Well, you're absolutely right. We have a full house here tonight, and here are the starters for Central Catholic. Number 12 is Matt Sproul, a 5'9" junior, 5 points a ball game. 23 is Mike Smith, a 6-foot senior, 5.1 points per ball game. 32 is Gabe Lisicky, a 6'4" junior, 19.1 a game. He's averaged 17.5 in the tournament. 44, Rashawn Drayton, 6'3" junior, 10.4 a game. And 52, Dick Ramsey, 6'3" senior, 9.9 a game. Rich Baxter is the head coach. That's Rich with his back to us, kneeling down. In his fourth season, Drew Geary and Sam Seneca are his assistant coaches, 17-5 on the year, 13-3 in the league. Whitehall sends out their unit out to midcourt. Ron Hassler, their head coach, in his 11th season. They are 16-5, 13-3 overall. Jerry Radocha, Dennis Laub, and Glenn Noack are his assistants. Rod Strobel, Gary Spangler, Jeff Smith will be blowing the whistle. Here are the starters. Eric Dogmanits, a 6'1" senior, number 37.5 a game. Pete Lisicky, 6'4" senior, number 32, 18.2 a game, but 24 points per game in the playoffs. 44, Pete Remaley, a 6'1" senior, 7.6 a game. Number 50, Steve Raysely, a 6'4" junior, 10.3 a game. And 54, Savvas Kiprislis, a 6'5" senior, 4.3 points per ball game. Dan, last-minute instructions from Rich Baxter to his ball club. We all are kind of interested in what defense Central Catholic plans to use here early on.
Rich Baxter is hoping that he can start the game the way Coach Dean Dodopoulos started it yesterday against this potent, high-powered Whitehall offense. The defensive call will be most interesting from Baxter based on what he told us yesterday. Played a little mind game with us, Gary, with his defense. Told us he'd open up in a very tight zone, and he showed man early. Allen burned it early. He went to a match and then went back to a man-to-man in the third quarter. Let's see what the defensive call is.
Whitehall fell behind 14-1 last night, only to win in double overtime, 67-61 over the Liberty Hurricanes. Whitehall in their matchup defense.
Now in a triangle, guy.
Dogmanits is on Llewellyn.
Yeah, and Remaley on Sproul.
All right, so they want to keep the ball away from Sproul and keep the ball away from Llewellyn.
Well, they certainly take away the perimeter shooting by playing that defense.
Mike Smith was open. Now he will take the shot as Kiprislis backed away from him. And the rebound is controlled by Lisicky.
Boy, that's a nice interior triangle. Lisicky on the point, Kiprislis and Raysely underneath.
They should get every rebound, huh? Dick, you always want a rebounding triangle. It's already set up for you.
Look at this. What's this? A little box at the other end.
I don't think Baxter's going to wait too long to get Andrew Trella off the bench, Gary, the way he shoots the basketball against that triangle.
Got a triangle here.
Triangle and two at the other end. Remaley is perhaps going to be a key to whether this works or not. It'll be Whitehall ball. Again, to set it up, Llewellyn is on Lisicky. And picking up Dogmanits is, let's see who picks up Dogmanits, Mike Smith. Kiprislis will set a screen. Lisicky will drop it off. Remaley back to Lisicky. He's got two.
They say the secret against the box is cut without the ball.
Boy, Remaley should be an important cog the way he shot those three-pointers yesterday down the stretch against that triangle.
Rashawn Drayton, he might be a key at the other end. Llewellyn inside. I don't know how he got managed to get the ball up, but he got it up there twice and dropped the second one.
I'll tell you, if they stay with that triangle in a regular style, boy, is that going to put offensive pressure on Drayton and Krimsey.
now by the Vikings. Yep.
He's probably worked against the Gabe very often in his lifetime, except it was Gabe Lisicky. Raysely, Ramsey on him. It is straight up man-to-man.
Interesting. No Drayton on Lisicky tonight. Llewellyn on Lisicky.
Lisicky posted him.
He found a way. 4-2.
Boy, what a difference in Lisicky from one night ago against Liberty. He struggled the first 2 quarters. Tonight, he's out of the box early as he bangs a jumper for his first field goal and swishes a 4-footer for his other field goal.
You know, you're talking about the psychological part of the game with young people. I tell you, having to play Lisicky might be psychological against Llewellyn.
Mike Smith is a different ball player when it's playoff time. A beautiful drive. Not only does he get inside, but the 6-foot Mike Smith then shoots over the 6'5" Kiprislis.
He has that quick, first, explosive steps, Gary.
Yeah, around February. He's just an amazing player in playoffs. Pete, 17 feet away, just came up a little short. 4-4 tie, 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
Eric Dogmanits, known for his shooting. See if he's going to be known for his defense after this game.
Smith. There's Drayton. I would think Drayton would have a big night against this team.
As you would like to see in a championship game, man, halfway mark in the first quarter, 0 turnovers.
I tell you, Drayton just beat
Triangle.
Kiprislis right to the hole that time, Gary, right over top of him.
Back to the triangle and 2. Dick, this is not a defense that's going to cause turnovers, although there was one there. And a bad pass. Llewellyn trying to find Sproul and threw the ball away. So each team matches turnovers as you get a look at Rich Baxter.
Great double that time. Great help by the top of the triangle, that lefty.
I'm sure Sproul can roam there, Dick. Anytime Lisicky puts a move on, he's going to be on the opposite end trying to double.
There we go, man.
Remaley pull-up jump shot. Does not go. Rebound Raysely. Does not go. Rebound Ramsey. Mike Smith thought about it.
Boy, they're giving him room.
Now they're in a box. That time Dogmanits on Llewellyn. Everybody else playing a match box.
I should have never talked about no turnover. That's 3 in less than a minute.
Central's back to the triangle.
The Lisicky quick pull-up jumper drills it. A lot of multiple defenses being used.
So far, the Llewellyn versus Lisicky matchup is all Lisicky. See if we have a change here where Drayton will get the call.
6-6 tie. And now they're back to the triangle. So a lot of changes defensively by both teams. Ramsey. We have a foul or a walk. We've got a foul, and I think it's on Raysely or Kiprislis.
Or do you think for 1 second Rashawn Drayton likes to see this triangle as he's going to get the ball here, foul line and extended. It's wide open. He can't put the bucket in, but he's going to have a lane to the basket every time he touches that basketball.
So Savvas picks up his first foul of the night. First foul of the ball game. Gabe Lisicky, it's an air ball. Out of bounds. Gary Spangler says it's Whitehall basketball. .225, 6-6. Lisicky with all 6 of the Whitehall points. Double team.
The Central misses there in a triangle and 2. If they make the straight man.
And a tackle by Savvas.
Ooh, big second.
Ooh. He got in foul trouble last night. Take another look at it. It is a pretty good open field tackle, however. Right there.
neither team has gone to that, they've stayed with their strength, and they're really not playing or using that inside game.
Gabe wanted it. Tried to get the screen from Francie, so Mike Smith
is wide open. That's the kid who is the deal.
Rashawn Drayton, follow. He's got 4.
Drayton can feel it, Gary. The triangle allows him to roam and be wide open that time as he got the rebound, went in real strong, hung in the air, and nailed it.
Now you got Drayton on Lisicky.
Can you imagine playing against the triangle and 2 and you're not one of the 2? Lisicky, no.
Well, it sort of pumps you up, I'm sure.
Oh, it does it ever. Look at that drive. It's lost. It's Whitehall ball.
Spangler looked to the other officials for help in the call, never got it. Had to make the call himself.
He should have looked to Rick's back, so he would have helped
It
him.
was such a weird play, I think I probably would have made the same call. I don't know. The Whitehall player touched it. Thrown away. Rashawn.
Smith had the shot, decided not to take it.
Roll misses. Rebound Raysely. I think if Drayton had to do it all over again, if he would have remembered that Kiprislis had 2 fouls, he would have gone right at him.
Boy, Smith has the deal offensively, doesn't he? He is wide open.
A player's dream.
Oh, a shooter's dream.
Well, Smith would rather penetrate than take the shot, though. He's a slasher.
I'll tell you what you'd like, Danny. You'd like to see Trella in there in that spot.
I said that right away. How long you think Ronnie Hassler will wait to pull Kiprislis? He's going with the smaller team.
Well, you want to play your work defense. Playing very passive. Both teams playing very passive defense other than the box part. The rest of the defense is, other than denial, is really, really easy.
Well, the chess match has been set up here in the first period. Turnaround Raysely. Doesn't go. Rebound Llewellyn. Central's going to lead at the end of the first period by an 8-6 score. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Gus's Crossroads Inn invites you and your family to sample the all-new dinner specials. Treat yourself to a selection of mouth-watering seafood or fresh-cut made-to-order steaks. And don't forget the daily happy hour with Greek hors d'oeuvres, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Gus and Eleni provide only the finest Greek wines, home-baked breads and pastries, and the Valley's best-tasting Greek foods. That's Gus's Crossroads Inn and Family Restaurant off Route 378 Bethlehem. Open 7 days for lunch and dinner.
Where can you find the Chrysler Plymouth dealer with the highest customer satisfaction index in the Lehigh Valley?
Over here!
Where can you find the best price on Chryslers and Plymouths in the Lehigh Valley?
Over here!
Where can you find a Chrysler Plymouth dealer that will take good care of you before, during, and after the sale?
Over here. Right here. This is the place.
Scott Chrysler Plymouth, 1/2 block south of the Lehigh Street Auto Mile.
The Disney Channel presents new episodes of one of our most popular series, Avonlea.
These will be very exciting moments.
The Emmy and Cable Ace Award-winning series continues to attract a variety of exciting guest stars. In December, watch for Diana Rigg and Robbie Benson in an episode full of mystery and suspense.
All will be revealed in due course.
It's a special Avonlea only on the Disney Channel.
Twin County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, Twin County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, a world of choice.
Welcome back. 8-6 at the end of one period. One of our fine sponsors tonight is the Northampton Self-Service Car Wash. We're invited to stop in on Route 329 in Northampton. You'll experience a state-of-the-art car wash facility. It's accessible, open 24 hours a day, and has everything to clean your car and preserve its finish and value. It also has an extra high-pressure truck wash. The Harhart family is proud to provide you with the area's premier self-service car wash. So come in and treat your car to a wash this week. That's the Northampton Self-Service Car Wash on Route 329 in Northampton. We're going to take a look here at a replay of Raysely. And, maybe Gabe Lisicky stepped out of bounds, but Scott Barr's out of bounds. Let's go to him.
Gary, if you can believe it, in an 8-6 ball game, Ron Hassler asking his team for a more aggressive defense, more aggressive rebounding. Back to you.
I can believe it.
Well, the rebounding is right. They're down 9-3 at the end of the first quarter on the boards.
Dick, I don't think Whitehall can continue with this triangle. You're opening up the lane for Smith, and you're giving him what he wants. You're going to his strength, and Drayton is much too tough to contain inside, and we didn't even mention Cramsey yet.
You know, Gary, you're a good ping pong player. When you get in that match, you don't really start it off really quick, do you? I mean, you don't go for the slam and everything else immediately. You sort of toy with each other right in the match. Well, hey, that's what you're seeing here.
Yeah,
you're seeing two teams toy out.
Yeah, the old chess match in the first quarter. I think things will open up a little bit more offensively. You know, you said that about ping pong. Danny thinks he's a better player, Dick, so we don't want to upset him here.
No, I know I'm a better player than you guys, not think. But we'll have to go on the table to prove that.
Well, I was Moravian College champion, and...
that's a worldwide known title.
You went to what? What's the matter you, didn't you? What school did you... Ball's on the floor. The ball picked up and dropped and out of bounds. Gabe Lisicky. Gabe's in the ball game.
Well, I'm sure that counters the triangle on the other end. Dick Lisicky being a good perimeter shooter, his eyes will light up when he gets on offense.
And I'll tell you, if Remaley's on the point, you'll find him awfully quick.
Oh.
There's Drayton.
Oh, we agreed. Big key, Mr. Drayton.
Drayton is having a field day offensively so far as he has 6 points.
And it is the triangle again. Drayton on Lisicky, and Dogmanits is picked up by Smith.
Now that's a change because when Central was scoring, they would go man-to-man. Now when they're scoring, they're triangling too. It almost looks like it is.
Well, they might be man.
The rest of that defense is matching.
Okay, pull-up shot, Lisicky, no. Rebound, Gabe Lisicky.
Lisicky was dumbfounded. No one was on him.
11-4 on the boards, man.
But, you know, it's not demonstrated on the scoreboard.
No.
Central is certainly, they have the stats on their side, but they don't have any numbers up on the board on their side. That comes back to haunt you if you don't take advantage of those situations. Pete. Oh, he gets the roll. That should be a three. Nobody put up their hands. I thought it was a three. We'll try to get another look at it.
Great screen by Raysely. I think Drayton felt that a little bit.
Pete has all 8 of Whitehall's points. Smith, wide open for Sean. Lisicky on him. Llewellyn, we've got a foul on somebody. Foul's going to be on Dogmanits, his first. Team's third.
Now, I'll tell you, even though Whitehall got smaller on that exchange, player exchange, you got Gabe at the top of the triangle and puts Pete back. And I'll tell you, that's pretty nice board.
I want to watch Pete's feet because I thought watching this line, that's a three-point shot, guys.
Sure looked like it.
Maybe we can show that again, Rick, if you can rack that up for us. Rick Kehoe is our director. We've got a foul. From here, we had a different angle, but from here it looks like a three.
Once again, Smith taking advantage of that one-point man on that triangle as he drives the lane, but we'll exit the ball game. We're going to take a look at the three again.
Matt Radio's into the game. That's a three.
Not even close.
Strobel said to Pete, you know, not three, and Pete nodded in agreement. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Gabe, he drills one. So the cream of the crop has risen here for both ball clubs.
Central back to a straight man. They scored.
12-8. Central on top. 5:30 to go, second period. Rashawn put Pete on the floor. Turnaround shot by Raysely. He's turned into a pretty nice shooter.
Yeah, that turnaround jump shot is there.
Matt Radio.
Keep talking about the Lisicky-Drayton matchup. How about the Cramsey-Raysely matchup?
where's the beef?
Or the battle squad.
Shot by Llewellyn does not go. 12-10.
Here comes the screen again.
Beat pull up. Flick. Doesn't go. We're going to get a foul, I think, on Remaley. He did a little clearing out that time, and Pete knows it.
You know what? You don't mind that foul, though, Dick, because Remaley was looking to check somebody out. Just being a little bit over-aggressive picks up the push.
The only time you mind it, Dan, is when you look at the board and you say, gee whiz, we have 5 personals, they don't have any.
Last 2 nights, it's been Whitehall getting into foul trouble, and not the opponent. That's rare.
Radio in for Smith.
Straight. Did he foul? No, we got a block. Blocked on Pete Lisicky.
Part of the foul trouble, Dick, is the fact that Drayton and Smith are getting the ball against that triangle and finding open lanes to the basket. Here you're going to see Drayton wide open as he cuts across the lane, and there's the foul.
Well, you got to have, at the apex of the triangle, you got to have a very active guy. That's Gabe Lisicky. And what it does, it runs that little lane for both Ramsey and Drayton to use.
Rashawn can't get it high enough on the board. Good save, however, by Ramsey.
Talk about an active guy. Ramsey was very active on that.
That's offensive.
We've got a foul. Foul's going to be on Sproul. And both officials called it. First foul of the game against Central.
Ronnie Hassler had it before the officials did.
Well, it was very obvious. I mean, he really moved when he set the screen.
Watch the foul. It'll be on number 12 at the top of the key. Right there. Well, it's the block, probably. Putting up the orange that caused the problem. Gabe Lisicky. Who's got radio on him? Raysely with Ramsey on him. Dogmanits against Sproul. Dogmanits, how about it?
Well, I'll tell you, when he adds that element to the game, he's a real threat.
Dogmanits, known for his perimeter, goes inside, takes the page out of Tulio Santiago's book, Gary.
I didn't even know he wrote one. 12-12 is the score.
He wrote one last night.
Yeah, he sure did.
He wrote the whole chapter.
Gabe, pull up after the fake. Boom.
32 and 32. They really shoot at the top of their jump, don't they?
Well, we said they might negate each other. Pete has 8 and Gabe has 6. Remaley gets the ball over to Gabe Lisicky. He's hammered. He got hammered by Ramsey.
And he's hammered in three-point territory.
3.
So Gabe will go to the line to shoot 3. How has he been all year on the foul line? How about 84%?
Oh, yeah, right up there with brother.
Ramsey wanted ball here after the shot. No, in the act of shooting, I'm sorry.
Gabe misses his first.
The Lisicky brothers are second and third in East Penn Conference in foul shooting.
And they probably never call a foul in the driveway.
Mike Smith back in the lineup.
14-13, Gabe can tie it. And does.
Pressure.
Central in no hurry. They do a nice job of breaking the press.
Radio now at the point.
Radio now shooting. That's a 3 for Matt Radio.
Talk about a good foul shooter. Matt Radio is an excellent one.
Way outside. Remaley, he'll just match that 3. Pete Remaley had 2 big threes last night. Gets one here. It's 17 all.
Llewellyn remarkably not respecting the three-point shot of Remaley as he was wide open.
Nice pass. I don't know how Smitty got away with it, but he did. And Llewellyn takes it inside.
It was a delayed pass.
He got hammered and got rid of it anyway. He wanted to foul, but he'll be happy with a field goal.
He had some hang time on the pass.
Again, Drayton on Lisicky. Lisicky, good pass inside. Oh, nice play. They're matching buckets. 19 all. Remaley with the layup.
Lisicky remembers that game in Rockney Hall when Rashawn had him tied up.
Gabe Lisicky in and out. Rebound, nobody. It's on the floor. It's out of bounds. It's Central basketball. I think the Whitehall fans saw it the other way. And you'll get a look at it. How would you have called it? Way outside. Hey, somebody turned on the radio.
I'll tell you, that's a good sub. That's a real good sub because he's a spot shooter, needs a lot of room, and he's getting it against the defense.
He's getting the time, Dick, like you said, and he's patient with that shot. He's not going to hurt you with a bad shot. He's not going to rush.
22-19 Central. They've led most of the game. Tate, he's going to try to match it. He does. 22.
Wasn't as clean, but the results the same.
Just used a little more rim. How about Michael? Smitty down. Another three.
It makes him feel good. When you play those combos, man, you look for holes other places.
Well, who's going to get the tray for Whitehall? Lisicky thought about just taking radio. He's got size over Matt. He's got it. He's up. It won't go. Rebound. Gabe. That won't go. Rashawn Drayton rips it off the board. Foul. Pete Lisicky, his second. 16 foul. No shot. No, that's the seventh.
Lisicky a little frustrated. He thought he was hit after he let that shot go by Cramsey. Came after Cramsey when Cramsey had the long pass and made a foul that maybe he regrets at the 16-second mark of that second period.
Central up by 3. Whitehall trailed last night at halftime, 22-9. Oh, that's air ball. That's 1 and 1 and no shot.
He only makes when the game's on the line.
Yeah.
He's a pressure foul shooter.
He doesn't have the numbers.
2-2-1, trying to delay the offense a little bit.
And Whitehall will have a chance to get within 1 or tie it. And you just knew it was going to go into his hands. Foul is going to be on Drayton. Rashawn looking for an offensive foul. How big would that be? A third on Lisicky before they go into the locker room.
Rashawn putting up his defense a notch, and he's the one, Rashawn, to pick up another foul. Excellent substitution by Coach Baxter at the 5-second mark of the second quarter.
Bring Bickert into the ball game. Joey Bickert.
Of course, you might want to foul him here, too, if it goes into Lisicky's hands.
Dogmanits, he's got it. It's 25-24 as the horn rings. A good basketball game. Both teams playing very, very well. We'll put the numbers together, although Scott is going to try to get one of the coaches, as the difference really came down to that sequence of three-point plays where Central has 3 of them and Whitehall has 2 of them. Otherwise, they've been virtually matching baskets, and we'll see whether or not we can talk at all. No, the coach is not interested right now in discussing things, so we'll put numbers together for you. We'll be right back.
Make Whitehall Auto Parts the most important stop for your car. We're a major supplier of foreign and domestic auto and light truck parts and have one of the largest inventories in the Lehigh Valley. We also provide machine shop services, which are equipped for complete engine rebuilding. Whitehall Auto Parts stands behind their products.
Make your first stop at Whitehall Auto Parts.
Open weekdays 8 to 8, Saturday 8 to 4, and Sunday 9 to 4, or phone 437-4604.
Smart shoppers know for quality and value, Quakertown Farmers Market is the place to go. Choose from a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, fresh from the farm. Get into our mouth-watering baked goods or take home our country fresh meat. Visit our gigantic indoor-outdoor flea market with dozens of dealers and thousands of collectibles and hard-to-find items. With over 150 bargain-filled specialty stores under one roof, you're sure to find what you're looking for at Quakertown Farmers Market.
From there to here, and from where you are to anywhere in the world, keep in touch with family, friends, and business associates by video. Let AIM Productions transfer your VHS tapes to the international standards of PAL and CCAM, or convert foreign tapes you receive. Our fast, knowledgeable service at a fair price ensures that timely, continuous video communication can occur across the globe. AYM has complete editing facilities and can transfer your photos, slides, and 8mm film to video. Call us for all your video needs at 434-4492.
This ball game, just like the girls' basketball game before it, everything we thought it would be. It's been tight all along. They've been on the seesaw. They started the match threes. Central got 3 of them. Whitehall got 2 of them. The difference in the ball game is 25-24. Let's take a look at the individual numbers. And as we look at those, Dan, as you see, Lisicky with 11, so he has himself a great first half. So does Wasilewski with 8. And then it's a matter of who picks up all the other scoring.
Well, Lisicky simply has picked up where he left off in that fourth quarter and the 2 overtime periods. It was important for him to get out of the box early so Whitehall doesn't fall behind like they did yesterday. The important scoring on the Whitehall side, Gary, is the fact that Dogmanits has 4, none from the perimeter inside, and Remaley has hit a 3-pointer. If we go to the central side, Llewellyn, you know he's going to get the point. But look at the support. Smith has become offensive with the 3 and a drive. Drayton has controlled the offense early when he slithered through that triangle. Radio comes off the bench. We always talk about Central's depth and hits 2 easy 3-pointers.
All right, let's look at the team numbers, and Dick Tracy, they're about as even as it gets.
Yes, they are. Central had that real strong surge early on the board. Since then, it's just about evened up. It's amazing that both teams playing such unique defenses, yet you can get any kind of shot that you want, from the other role players. I was interested in those numbers because we talked about negating. You had almost even Steven with Lisicky and Llewellyn. How about Cramsey and Kiprislis? Nothing. How about Drayton and Raysely? Pretty even. So it comes back to that lefty point guard who has a big fat 0 behind his name. That may be maybe the difference. Danny, good point about Dogmanits. Strictly the perimeter player, yet he makes the 4 points going inside on two classic drives.
And Scott Barr had an opportunity to talk to Rich Baxa on his way to the locker room, so let's go to Scott. He'll tell us what Rich was concerned about.
Gary, I caught up with Rich Baxa at halftime, and he said that despite the fact they've been down at the half all week long, he's pretty comfortable here. In fact, he'd like to keep up the run-and-gun style that took over the second quarter. He likes the upbeat pace better than the slowdown that produced an 8-6 first quarter. And he also confirmed what Dick Tracy said in the pregame. He said they don't have to stop Pete Lisicky if Whitehall can't stop Gabe Lisicky. So the number 32s, he hopes, will cancel each other out. Back to you.
Well, we have 16 minutes to see what cancels what out. It's a good ball game. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I remember my mom going to Walter's Pharmacy. Now I go. Walter's fills my prescription needs quickly, and I pay my Bell of PA and UGI bills. When I can't get away, Walter's comes to me with free delivery. Walter's Pharmacy, making life easier through genuine care since 1937. Walter's Pharmacy, 401 North 17th Street in the Allentown Medical Center.
Here you go, boy. The name's Leonard, you ape. Watch me pick this up. Look, I'm a plastic-seeking missile. Yeah. A little to the left. Oh, way too far. No. Back to the right. Yeah. Prepare to be odd, folks. Now for the highlight film move. Okay, it's showtime. You gotta love the way this new Integra handles. Maybe I should talk to Acura about a sponsorship. It could be good for my image.
Visit Lehigh Valley Acura on MacArthur Road in Whitehall.
You are watching the Lehigh Valley's company of choice, Twin County Cable 4.
Hold everything, sports fans, before you buy your next piece of sports equipment. You have to check out Shea Sporting Goods at 129 South 2nd Street in Copley. This sports store has been serving the Lehigh Valley for over 45 years with quality merchandise at sensible prices. Shea Sporting Goods can meet every athlete's needs, from the beginner to the most advanced, and has been this area's leading team equipment specialist. Shea Sporting Goods open daily Monday through Friday 10 to 6, Thursday 10 to 8, Saturday 10 to 4. Stop in or call Shea's at 262-8104. And of course, Rary Dodge has another winner. Automobile Magazine's Automobile of the Year, the new Dodge Neon. Rary Dodge and Bath has the Neon in stock and ready for delivery. Experience the performance of Neon's 132 horsepower 4-cylinder engine and the roominess of its cab-forward 5-passenger interior design. Test drive the Neon at Rary Dodge, located just minutes north of Route 22 and Route 512 in Bath. For a clean deal, come to Bath. Come to Rary Dodge for the new Dodge Neon. Dick Tracy, Whitehall. Any adjustments, second half?
Not really, Gary. You know, you're playing that pretty solid D. You're happy with the defense. I think let's get some accompaniment to Pete Raysely, to Pete Lisicky here on the offense. Could be Remaley.
All right, Dan, how about Central Catholic?
I think you're going to see defensive adjustments on both sides. I don't think Baxter was happy with the defense, the triangle. I just think it was too wide open, and Lisicky did have 11 points. So I think you're going to see some modifications on both sides.
Here's one change on the D. Whitehall in a box, and immediately Dogmanits picks up his second, guarding Llewellyn.
I like that move getting out of that triangle, Dick.
Well, what it does is cover so much more of the floor.
It is Drayton Radio starting the second half, so Rich Baxter certainly impressed with his performance. His 2 threes, a big part of the Central offense. So it's Llewellyn and Cramsey, Drayton Radio, and Smith out there for Central Catholic. Drayton, that was not a shot. He was looking to pass the ball. That was a shot, and it's controlled by Raysely. Let's set Whitehall for you. Raysely, Lisicky, that's Pete. Remaley, 44. 54 is Kiprislis, and of course Dogmanits, the starting 5 for Whitehall. And Central in a straight man-to-man. There's a shot by Raysely. He can hurt. Most defenses designed to stop Lisicky, maybe Dogmanits, maybe Remaley, but they're not designed to stop Raysely.
I wonder if the Whitehall defense is designed simply because Sproul's not starting. If Sproul's in there, I wonder if we'll see the triangle again.
There is Drayton. It's blocked by Kiprislis. And Dick, I don't think he had to leave his feet.
That's 2 in a row now for Drayton.
I think he surprised Drayton. I don't think Drayton thought he had that quickness to get up there with him. Even though he didn't leave his feet, Gary, he did have to put up his arms, and he did it well.
Shot by Lisicky doesn't go. Kiprislis thought he might be able to get the tap. He couldn't quite get that to go over the rim. And it's 26-25 Whitehall.
What the box does, it takes away the perimeter of Smith and Radio, who was so very effective in that second quarter.
Llewellyn had the ball, but really nowhere to go with it. He was in a bad position, and Gabe almost managed to pull something out of nothing and get a field goal.
Central Catholic, 3 possessions and no points. 0 for 3 against the match box and 1.
Well, in a box defense, the hole's right on the top. Boy, it's a real home spot for a point guard.
Lisicky, good, hard, strong move. 13 points for Pete.
That's saying it mildly, Gary. Good, hard, strong move. That was an unbelievable move as he whirled and then still banked the shot. But he makes it look so easy.
Dean Dodopoulos, I think, said it best tonight in talking to him. He says, when you have a Division I player, I don't care how he plays, he will eventually, at crunch time, win the ball games for you. And he says that's Pete Lisicky. Pete again, down the lane, drops it off. Raysely, he's fouled by Llewellyn.
4 straight defensive boards, and I mean resounding boards for his effort.
See if Pete got Raysely got away with a walk here. No, maybe not. Timeout, Central. We'll call timeout. 28-25 Whitehall. Central hasn't scored here in the third period. Stay with us.
feeling good because you're at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. They're cooking riblets in the kitchen and the chicken's starting to sizzle. The salads are cold, but the heaters are hot. And everything else is just too cool. Things are definitely falling into place. So you settle back and think, hey, the people are fun, the food is hot, the place is cooking.
Things are really cooking at America's favorite neighbor, Applebee's.
Hi, it's me, Omar, flying my magic carpet. But the real carpet magic's at Ramita. You may want to choose wall-to-wall carpets from over 500 rolls we have in stock, in all styles and colors, installed by Ramita's own expert mechanics. Or you may select an area rug from our vast selection of remnants. So stop in soon for the carpet you've been looking for. Always at Ramita's, down-to-earth prices.
You got that right, Omar.
Parents, bring your children to the Lehigh Valley Mall on Saturday, February 26th from noon to 4 p.m. during Twin County Cable's Child ID program. In conjunction with the Better Business Bureau Care Fair, Twin County will videotape your child for a fee of only $2. All monies will be donated to Lehigh Valley Crime Stoppers. Plus, the state police will photograph and fingerprint your child for free. Kids, you can meet Eureka and Magellan from Nickelodeon's Eureka's Castle. It's all happening on Saturday, February 26th.
We're back, and Scott Barr is somewhere in Liberty Memorial Gymnasium. Let's go to Scott.
Chris, you came all the way here from Palmerton to see one guy play, Pete Lisicky, and you choose the very last row. How do you choose the last seat? Because it has the back. There's a pressure back on. You know, I'm surprised. This isn't bad view up here. It's a nice seat. Once you get to the top, it's a real nice seat. And it's the first time you've gotten to see Lisicky play it this year. What do you think? Oh, he's a great ball player, great shooter. Penn State's going to be really proud of Pete Lisicky. We got to say that Chris is a Penn State grad, so he's probably a little tainted. All the way back down to you, Gary.
It's going to take a little time to get back down to me. Scott Barr is up in the cheap seat. 5-14, 28-25 is the score. And Whitehall has that lead. Central calls timeout, and Dan, I would think they're talking offense.
Yes, they are, and they're also talking, they're a little bit concerned. Whitehall had almost a transition bucket as Lisicky grabbed the rebound, went the length of the floor, and that's why Raysely's on the foul line, Gary. But I think the important move here to start the third quarter is the change of defense by Coach Hassler going to the box and one.
Well, that leads me right over to Dick Tracy. During that timeout, Dick was doing a little Xing and O'ing himself. And Dick, let's talk a little bit about attacking.
Well, really, you just put the guy who's box high, and you're in a straight 1-3-1 offense. And against the box, you're not got a hole at the top and on both wings. The problem there is getting the shooters in there who are going to make those.
I think we're going to finally see some full-court pressure by the Vikings. They're down by 5 here. They haven't used it all game. Probably a very good time to show some full-court pressure.
Put an asterisk on Danny's comment. To do that, you've got to score. And they haven't been able to do that yet. Is that on Lisicky? That's his third. Lisicky has picked up 3. I'll say it now, guys, so I don't have to say it when it's so obvious. If you are a great player and your team needs you to win, you cannot get in foul trouble.
No, you're expected to play 32 minutes.
The other reason to go to the press here, Dick, Whitehall has a big unit on the floor. They're a little bit more vulnerable to the press with that starting lineup.
Central may take the ball right at Pete Lisicky. Try to force the fourth foul.
Point guard back in for Central.
Nobody went with Smith, but he doesn't get the bucket.
Boy, they own the boards in this second half.
Like you said, Gary, you can't get in your press without scoring a field goal.
They have not scored a point. We have played 3.5 minutes of period number 3. Inside, Lisicky wants to make a move. Somehow finds a way. Oh, what a shot.
Well, he has that touch when he hits the front of the iron, it goes back. Good space.
Outstanding rotation. It looked like he shot the ball from the bottom of his hand, and it still went.
He was in no position to shoot that ball. Llewellyn, no. Kiprislis lets out a yell as he rebounds.
Talk about cold. Woo.
Way outside. He's been
got to be impressed with their shooting, but how about one and done? That's all you're seeing.
Rich Baxa does not like what he sees. He's been shut out here 11-0 in the third period. We'll be back.
Getting in an accident's a terrible situation for anybody. The Supreme's made the best of it. As soon as I got to Supreme, called them, got my car towed there. Within a short period of time, I had a rental car and I was out the door. I didn't have any hassle with my insurance company because they had a great relationship with Supreme. I sure don't like to get into an accident, but I can't have downtime. And Supreme Auto Body helped me get right out the door, fix my car to my complete satisfaction. So I'd recommend them to anybody.
Supreme Auto Body, celebrating 60 years of excellence.
Hi, I'm George Attia, president of the WOW Outlet Store. Here at the WOW Outlet, we carry top-quality brand-name sportswear at 30 to 70% below retail every day. This season, you'll find big league names such as Russell Athletic, Chalkline, Adidas, Reebok, and much, much more. At WOW, we have something for everyone, with infant sizes to adult 6 extra large.
For the best savings in the Lehigh Valley, stop by the WOW Outlet.
Order Prism, and you'll end up with the face of an NHL player. Get this original limited edition Eric Lindros t-shirt and a free month of Prism. Better call now, because you can't get a face like this every day. This is an exclusive limited time offer available only when you subscribe. To order Prism, call this number now.
Sometimes we show you how to shoot the ball. This is not how to shoot the ball, but it's how to get a bucket. Off balance, falling backwards, ball on the bottom of your hand, and we always invite you to come out to the Westgate Mall and shop at your favorite community stores. Check out a fantastic baseball card show through February 27th and an equally fabulous art show from March 3rd through March 6th, sponsored by the Paint Box Art Club. And don't forget to stop by on March 7th through March 13th for another super boat show. Compliments of Din Bakowitz, Marine of Whitehall. All this and more at the Westgate Mall on Chandersville Road in Bethlehem. Here's Scott Barr.
Gary back down on the floor, this time in the central huddle. Rich Baxa asking his team for more movement on offense and defense. He wants more screens on the offensive end. He wants a box-to-one on the defensive end. See if that'll stop Pete Lisicky. Back to you.
Let's see what'll stop Pete Lisicky. Let's see what will get Central some buckets.
We know what has stopped Central Catholic in this third quarter.
They have kept the ball out of Gabe Lisicky hands for the most part. Cramsey wants to go baseline, stepped out of bounds, turnover against Central.
I'm a little surprised the difficult time Central's having in attacking this box.
There you get another look.
They're not really getting good ball movement against the box six.
No. Well, you know you're getting 10 down now, Danny. Maybe you're rushing just a little bit.
Good pass, Kiprislis, but we have a foul. Foul's on Drake, his second. Team's second of the second half. It was on this pass right there.
I tell you, Lisicky's really on top of his game tonight. He's not only scoring well, but he's hitting the open man on the previous play. He hit Raysely, who had all kinds of time to nail the three, and now a nice pass to Kiprislis, who simply would have scored, but it was called off because of the foul.
He was named the MVP of the league tonight at between ball games. Lisicky with the drive. Dick, when he drives, he always goes left, and he can go left for a right-handed player.
And he floats. Watch the float. Extension, hold in the air. And I'll tell you, that he is playing that rim so well.
We talked about clearing a side out for Lisicky yesterday. Tonight, the Whitehall Zephyr offense did just that as Lisicky went to his left. Very strong towards the bucket. Llewellyn didn't have a chance.
Where was the rest of that box, though? You know, that's what you got to worry about.
Pete's averaging 24 points this week in the tournament. Had 30 last night. Smith, they need something. He got it, and it's a big one. It's a tray, his second of the night. And maybe that will get the Central offense going. 38-28.
The value of the three-point play, too.
It looked like Whitehall changed its defense on that last sequence there.
Well, I know Dogmanits was still on the Wellis.
It looked like a triangle again, though.
Maybe. Well, the lefty's back. That could be.
The lefty, meaning Matt Sproul.
Back, a little bit of a delay. Watch for the rub-off.
Dick, is this offense strictly designed to take time off the clock?
Plus the layup. Plus the layup. If the defense steps out, then you play the two-man game, then the give back. Oh, boy. Can't pass that up, huh?
Eric with a tray does not go. Central down by 10. Rashawn doing a little Marcus Haynes. Ramsey doesn't go. Raysely rebound.
Golden opportunity for the Vikings for maybe its first transition bucket in the second half, but could not convert.
Whitehall fans looking for a walk, looking for a double dribble, looking for anything in the rule book would have gotten them to get the ball.
Lisicky loves the left side, but at the 1:14 mark, he's content to take the time off the clock.
And they've taken about a minute and a half off the clock, giving Central only one possession. And now Central commits a foul. Foul is going to be on Smith, I believe. And that's his first. Fourth against the team. It'll be Remaley to inbounds, and he'll get it to Lisicky. And now Whitehall will change up their offense a little bit.
It's going to spread a little bit more.
Same philosophy, though, Dick, right? Take time off the clock. How much time in a practice every night do they spend on this drill?
Well, that becomes natural, too, Gary.
This is the...
Oh, no call. No harm, no foul.
Talk to Sproul's Dennis about that shot.
Oh, my goodness. Still Whitehall's ball. And I don't know whether we have another look at that, but that was a knockdown elbow. Knockdown elbow.
That was a lightning-fast jab.
Remaley. Lisicky. And they did it. They ran all the time off the clock. Down to 11 seconds, and Pete lost the ball. This could be a big bucket psychologically for the Vikes, so they can get it here. 5 seconds inside. Ramsey, he's got it. It won't go. Oh, a big miss. That would have been big if Timmy could have gotten it to go down. 38-28, Whitehall up by 10. Maybe 8 more minutes. And we told you all about them a little earlier in the ball game, so hold everything before you buy your next piece of sports equipment. You have to check out Shea's Sporting Goods at 129 South 2nd Street in Copley. This sports store has been serving the Lehigh Valley for over 45 years with quality merchandise at sensible prices. Shea's Sporting Goods can meet every athlete's needs from the beginner to the most advanced and has been this area's leading team equipment specialist. Shea's Sporting Goods open daily Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Thursday 10 to 8, Saturday 10 to 4. Stop in or call Shea's at 262-8104. There you see a Whitehall fan who doesn't think the officials are doing all that good a job. He's got a pair of glasses for him, and Scott Barr has some information for us.
Gary, Coach Ron Hassler told his team not to match up with Rashawn Drayton in the corner. He wants to match in on the guards when they're on defense. Pete Lisicky asked him not to use the box offense anymore. Ron Hassler was adamant. He said that was a good strategy. It took time off the clock, did exactly what he wanted it to do. Back to you.
It did do exactly what he wanted it to do. Even though they lost the ball in the final 10 seconds, Central did not get a bucket out of that. And Dick Tracy, you've got the boys all-star team, first team. How about going over those guys?
Okay, MVP, number 1 vote-getter, Pete Lisicky. Whitehall, Tom Stout, Giraffe, Gabriel Ellis, Central, Louis Ortiz, Freedom, and Mike Hallman, Emails, first team.
All right, congratulations to all of those people. And do you have the girls there too, Dick? While we've got an out-of-bounds play, 38-28, Whitehall with the ball.
Okay, we'll watch the play, guy. We'll get to it.
All right, Lisicky with the basketball. Central in a straight man-to-man, and we see Andy Trella in there. Drayton just picked up his third foul.
First team MVP, Laura Newhart, sophomore, Northampton. Renee Maitland, last year's MVP, Allen. J.J. Illis, Central Catholic. Jen Westco, Liberty, and Tiffany Beddick of the champion Bethlehem Catholic Golden Hawks.
If there was a time, Dick Tracy, for Central to show some full-court pressure, now is the time. Whitehall still showing its big team on the floor. The Vikings down by 12. They must change tempo.
Dogmanits with a big bucket. We've got a foul called on Lisicky. Is that Pete Lisicky?
It is.
His fourth foul. Oh! Don't turn off your television set. A 12-point lead with Pete Lisicky with 4 fouls makes a big difference. There, they call them right there with the body. Walk, no bucket.
Pretty good call. Where'd that foot?
Here comes the full-court pressure by the Vikings.
Inside, Kiprislis, no. Pete keeps it alive with a dribble. Jump ball. Rashawn Drayton has to be a little careful. He's got 3 personal fouls. We'll take another look at it. Kiprislis, as you get a look at after the miss by Kiprislis, and he is upset with himself. Frustration.
Sheriff Whitehall stays with their spread and goes with delay. Nice play. You get to see Matt Recker. They'll pull Kiprislis and go to a better ball handler.
Nice sub by Baxter as he brings Trell in, who has a fine touch. Just backed himself in and shot it up and over the box.
It's a 10-point game.
How quiet has Gabe Lisicky been this third quarter, Gary, since they've gone to that matchbox and won?
Well, he's been mute. No points. They only scored 3 in the entire period. That was a Mike Smith jumper. Oh, look at Dogmanits. From Lisicky.
What a cut.
Another excellent dish by Lisicky, but Dogmanits, who has found it very comfortable inside the Viking defense, scores another nifty layup.
We've got a foul. It's going to be called on number 54, and that is, or 44, check it. The 4th foul on Drayton.
Look at a hole in that defense as Dogmanits takes advantage of the spread defense, and Lisicky hits him with a picture-perfect pass.
So much like Whitehall certainly does not want to do without Lisicky, Central does not want to do without Drayton.
Well, Lisicky gets the rest right now. Recker comes in for him.
Good job by Sproul. Slaps it away. Sproul inside. It's the other way. Sproul, offensive foul. Another look. Sproul with a good defensive play. Gabe Lisicky with a good defensive play.
Boy, you'll love to see that. Gabe Lisicky makes the errant pass, but hustles down the floor and takes the charge, Gary. Only a sophomore, but what great court awareness. Boy, Raysely's bringing the ball up.
No, he's not. he took one dribble.
Now, this is the 3rd time the Zepps had turned the ball over, but Central, the first 2 times, they were not able to capitalize.
Dick, that's been the key. Central making some good things happen, but they're not making anything good happen offensively. Mike Smith, maybe he can help. He can. It comes up short. Out of bounds. Bill Evans almost got that rebound. He's our cameraman.
Almost had an assist. Those are real good shots. They're makeable.
Yeah, they sure are. Oh, bad spot. But they got out of trouble. Raysely inside. Kiprislis. No. Raysely. Yes. Steve Raysely with a big bucket.
Good offensive board play by the Zepps. Net 2 more points, up by 14.
Rashawn has to take that shot. He does. He's fouled. Bucket's good. Kiprislis picks up his third personal foul. Drayton has a chance at a three-point play. I guess Drayton knew better than I did, Dick. He took it right at Kiprislis.
He has a 12-footer, Gary, but he wants contact. And does he get it from the big guy? As of now, he can convert a three-point play.
Well, stop that clock and set up the defense.
Drayton trying to cut the lead to 11. A lot of time, just inside of 5 minutes. And it could have been a 4-point play, but Llewellyn came up short. Dick, you're going to love this number. Central, foul line, 0 for 2. Whitehall's only been there 6 times in the game. They're 5 out of 6.
Pete has to be careful here. He has 4.
Fouls on Llewellyn.
They're on the line. A lot of pushing and bumping inside. Lisicky wanted the call a little earlier. Jeff Smith gave him the call out front. And he'll go to shoot a 1-and-1.
Well, this is the epilogue now. You know, you go to your game plan, and their game plan is getting a foul line. Now you're sitting in there.
How good is Whitehall from the line? How about 74% on the season?
That's number 1, is it not?
That is number 1 as a team.
This guy just happens to be way, way up there.
You have to be impressed with the way Lisicky's shooting the basketball tonight, but even more so with the number of pinpoint passes he has made to his teammate, Raysely, Dogmanits, White, to give his team a 13-point bulge here.
He is an 84% foul shooter tonight. He's perfect. 3 for 3. He now has 20 points in the game. Llewellyn is fouled. Whitehall does not want to start committing silly fouls, and Dogmanits just committed his 3rd. Coming in, as Dick said, it's time to hang on to the basketball. Matt Recker.
Dogmanits has picked up his 3rd, but boy, has he done a job on Gabe Lisicky in this 3rd quarter.
Again, Drayton takes it right at Kiprislis and puts it up and in. That's looking awfully easy. On Lisicky. Dogmanits picked up by radio. And Whitehall, they're going to run time off the clock. Double team on Lisicky. Finds a wide open Kiprislis. He can't make it. Foul on radio.
That time he was wide open. He missed a reverse layup earlier. You're going to find Lisicky making a cross-court pass into Kiprislis. Misses the putt. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
This may not be a bad play by Central, Dick. It's 33% foul shot.
Yeah. And it's a 1-and-1. It's not a 2-shot foul.
Whoa. Well.
Well, it only proves the theory. The toughest shot to make in a game of basketball is a layup.
Savvas says, give me the ball. I'll put it in the basket. Makes 1 out of 2. Gabe, he's got to make something happen. 15 feet away, he drills the shot. Gabe Lisicky now with 10 points. That's his first bucket in the second half.
Showed us an assortment of moves and finally getting that shot off.
How about that pass? No catch. Coming into the ball game is Remaley, and Savvas will take a seat next to Ron Haskell.
They may have taken the right shot, except for the foul line now.
Dick says that with 3:11 on the clock, and Whitehall up by 11. Fella short. Rebound, Recker. Foul on Smith. Dick, it must be so frustrating to be in this position if you're Central Catholic. You're scrambling to try to find some way to put the ball in the basket, and then you realize when they come down the floor here, you got to find a way to get the ball because they're going to just keep taking time and time off the clock.
Yeah, and if you foul them, they're so solid at the line, you know, they can open the gap even more.
Even though Trella's an outstanding shooter, Drayton has had so much success on the right hand of that box with the big guy, Kiprislis, out of the lineup. You would think Central would go immediately inside to Drayton.
I would agree to that, Dennis. I would agree to that, especially when, you know, that, again, if they is fouled, you're going to stop the clock and set up the D.
Yeah, Whitehall has a small team on the floor. Drayton did damage with the big team on the floor. Trella put up that three, and he's a fine shooter. Let's see if Central goes back to Drayton after this foul shot.
Whitehall doesn't lose much with the small team. That's the team that's played most of the season and racked up the win. No break by Llewellyn because it wouldn't fall. So Smith tries. That won't go. Drayton tries. He's got the bucket. He's got the foul. And that's what both guys were talking about. Get it to that man. Who's foul is going to be called on Raysely, his first. And we're going to go through this whole sequence. I don't know how that one stayed out.
Smith, left-handed shot. Look at the power Drayton shows every time he goes up inside.
No better vertical leap than this guy. But he does not get the three. He's 0 for 2 from the line. Central 0 for 3 as a team.
Smith almost had the basketball on Remaley.
Whitehall just watching the picks run off. Foul. Smith, Remaley will go to the line.
Central trying to stay man-to-man. Whitehall doing such a beautiful job in spreading the floor and dispersing the basketball, really making it difficult for a tired Central Catholic team, Dick.
Took up an offensive defensive move.
Kiprislis back in. Remaley a 67% shooter. Dogmanits goes out.
Probably go to a straight match now.
Dogmanits gets a nice applause from the crowd, Gary, deservedly so. He's playing a fine game offensively, but more importantly, what a defensive job he's done in that match box and one.
He's got 2 big buckets, too, in the fourth period. Pete drops his foul shot. Radio's out. Sproul is in. 11 for 13 from the foul line for Whitehall.
Gary, I don't think you mentioned this on the air, but Jen Wesco did such a fantastic job with the anthem before the game started.
We've heard a lot of great anthems this year, but that, I think, was the very best. Foul. Boy, Whitehall does not want that. Dick, I think it just brought back memories of you kicking the bleacher on that foul. I think I heard it.
There's an automatic ejection of this.
Dick used to kick the bleachers. Ronnie Hassler, Gary, believes in the vertical jump. You were talking about Drayton's vertical leap. You should have seen Hassler.
Well, Dick didn't have that kind of muscle in his leg.
No, not that. He's simply more alert. He realizes we're in Bethlehem where, you know, there's no bench rule.
No bench?
We keep talking about the different counties, Gary, tonight.
Right. Yeah, that girls' trophy left Lehigh County for the first time. Recker High got it.
Kiprislis out of the ball game.
Dick, how many East Penn Conference championships for Whitehall? Any idea?
Oh, my head.
A bunch.
Well, 3 in a row now tonight. It was the one thing that eluded Whitehall for a while, but I mean 3 straight now. Look at this. Bring it back out. Smart basketball.
Oh, that's backcourt. Hang on, guys. It's not over. 2 minutes to go. It's a 10-point game, and Central has the ball. We got the ball right here on the floor. It'll be Central basketball out of bounds on the side.
Shades of the Allen Canary comeback yesterday, Gary.
Oh, what's that call?
Oh, that's impossible.
I think they said it was off of a Central hand, but the officials are going to get together right now and discuss things. I hope we have a replay. We'll look at it again.
You can't be right. You come out of this and you can't be right.
Well, who's going to get the ball? Whitehall. That's big.
I guess what they're saying is before it went back court. Central touched the basketball, but then why did they blow it dead? You keep play. You don't stop play.
Ball's in play.
Well, I think that's what they're explaining now. The official who made the call thought it was a backcourt violation. And they're trying to explain the reason why they changed the call.
Then why stop play, Gary?
Well, that official thought it was backcourt. The other two overruled him.
All right. Good that you're here tonight.
I knew I would do something here. Minute 47.
Raysely's been pretty steady, man.
Sure has.
Hasn't hurt him at all.
Central wants a foul. They just aren't sure who they want to foul.
Well, you can't foul Lisicky or Dogmanits.
So you foul Dogmanits. Foul is on Trella. All right, let's take a look at the backcourt call. All right, now they must have said that the ball hit Central.
The ball did not hit Central.
Well, it was hard to tell on the replay as somebody reached down. I don't know whether the ball touched anybody. That was a big call, though. Whitehall at the line up by 10. Central would have had the ball. Down by 10.
Well, this is almost automatic. When Eric Dogmanits goes to the foul line, he was exceptional against Liberty yesterday, and he misses.
But it doesn't matter.
One guy on the line for the board for this effort. 4 for Central, and Whitehall get the rebound.
The ball came right back to him off the
foul.
back of the iron. Foul. You don't want to foul that guy. Andy Trella picks up his second. And Central slowly running out of time. There you see some of the fans who believe that when Whitehall's up by 10 with a little over a minute to go, they normally win games.
Oh,
what's
shoot
this?
it. Didn't get it off in time.
Oh,
There's a mental mistake. 10 seconds, you have to shoot the ball. Or was there a violation?
I thought they said lane violation.
That could be. Foul. And another bad foul here by Whitehall. Pete Remaley. Let's take a look at what happened. Oh, he left the lane. Dogmanits left the lane. Lane violation.
Mr. Spangler, very alert.
Still 1 minute and 11 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter as Mike Smith goes to the foul line. Recker back in for the big guy, Kiprislis.
Two mental mistakes there by Whitehall. On the foul line being one of them. And down here committing a foul being the other. And again, Central with a little life. Mike Smith, these are big. He's got to make them with the time stop.
Boy, I guess both teams get a long rest now, don't they? I know the Becker girls don't play until next Saturday.
There should be not quite a week. They'll probably play on Monday night or Wednesday of next week, I would think, Dick.
Coach Schmidt told me he got a bye right to the semifinal on Saturday night.
Oh, is that right? I don't think there are as many teams in the 3A, though, but 4A, well, Central will get the big bye, yeah. The way 3A boys are set up, Central might get a bye to the finals. Intentional foul call. Oh, that's a big call. On Sproul. Well, that one really hurt. If they had any chance, this may have eliminated it. Timeout, Rich Baxter's going to call.
I think Coach Baxter has legitimate right this time.
Down by 9, and Whitehall's going to the line on an intentional foul, which means they'll get the shots and the basketball.
Jeff Smith has pretty good logic there. Playoff time, protect the players. You know, no one getting hurt at this time. So, hey, I'm just sending a message. You got 1:02 to go. I want the banging to cease, the unnecessary banging.
So it's one of two things. It's either a good call or a bad play.
Well, it's a message.
I mean, Sproul, he has to foul in that situation, so I guess you foul soft enough that it's just a reach.
I really think if you take a look at the replay, he did try to go after the ball. Recker had his hands, had the ball above his head.
Let's go to Scott Barr.
Gary, Rich Batts called that timeout for the express purpose of questioning Jeff Smith, the referee, on the intentional foul. Jeff Smith's explanation was he hit him in the face. He didn't care that he was going for the ball. He hit him with a stiff arm to the face, and that's why the intentional foul was called. Back to you.
All right, that's a good explanation.
That's an NFL rule.
So you not only get the one-on-one, Dick, you get 15 yards.
We'll take the ball instead.
Here's another angle. Same play.
Wow. The phantom punch.
He hit him with it looks like he hit his arm right there. Llewellyn commits a foul. That's Gabe's fourth.
Sam Seneca just signaled intentional.
Two questionable calls, Gary. First, the back court, which took away a possession for Central Catholic, and the latest one, the intentional foul, which probably dashed any hopes of a comeback here with 1 minute left.
Recker. He's becoming a game wrecker as far as Central is concerned. 3 for 3 from the line.
On the radio and Game Recker, you are on top of your game tonight.
I'm just lucky to have the right people. The East Penn Conference Championship. We're having that. We're finishing that all up in the next 46 seconds. We'll probably start all over again on Tuesday night with district playoff action. And the schedule will come out tomorrow night. It'll be in Monday morning's paper. We do not think that we'll have any ball games on Monday night, although there will be some played. We'll show these two games at 6 o'clock on Monday night. And Tuesday night, I think we'll start all over again. Dick, are you ready? Are you
All ready.
All right. And Dan, you got enough outfits to take us through another week?
Well, I got enough outfits, Gary, but a lot of gym time for me these last few weeks with 3 kids being involved in basketball.
That's not the way we heard.
Well,
less gym time.
We don't want to get into that.
Had the timeout. He's got the message.
Gary, Coach Rich Baxa wants to use the last 46 seconds as somewhat of a drill. He wants to see how many points they can score without any timeouts. So he's using this as maybe preparation for the upcoming district tournament. He's using the situation they have to improve their future performance. Back over to you.
Let's talk about that district setup in AAA basketball. Southern Lehigh, Colonial League champion, went undefeated in the league, lost only 1 game all year to Parkland. Bethlehem Catholic, a team that played very, very well during the end of the season, and Central Catholic, there's 3 top dogs there, Dick.
Tamaqua.
Tamaqua, too. All right. So let's make it 4.
They won their league.
Stickert, strong move to the bucket against Raysely. 11-point Zephyr Bulge.
Nice gesture here by Coach Baxa. Paul Smith, senior, little playing time. Number 21, gets his shot at a district title, at a East Penn Conference Championship game.
I'm going to run down the scoring for you here. For Central Catholic, Mike Smith had 9 points in the ball game. Matt Radio with 6. Gabe Lisicky with 12, but only 4 in the second half. Andy Trella with 4. Joe Bickert with 2. Rashawn Drayton with 12. That's all the scoring for Central Catholic. As the first foul shot is missed, let's give you the scoring for Whitehall. 4 points for Recker. And we'll hold this up until the next stoppage of play. As Llewellyn tries a 3, doesn't go. Pull-up jump shot. And that's dropped by Paul Smith. So, as Dick Tracy said, a nice gesture. And he makes the gesture look pretty good.
And 2 others, Trell and Bickert, 2 other seniors are going to end up the game playing on the hardwood.
Now I can give you Whitehall scoring. Recker 4. Gabe Lisicky 2. Eric Dogmanits with 8. Pete Remaley with 11. Steve Raysely with 8. Kiprislis with 1. And Gabe Lisicky with 22. Into the ball game. We're at the foul line. Pete Remaley. Into the ball game. Gabe Lisicky replaces Pete Lisicky, and he gets a standing O. Also coming in, Brad Hoffman, the sophomore. Coming in for Central, Ray Remaley. Also in for Central, Lapadola.
Look at Gabe Lisicky, man. He's exhausted. He can't even put the towel over him. What an effort. That young man saw some defense in the 3rd quarter. Now there's where your mental game's affected.
That's correct. You get weary mentally as well as physically. Final 8 seconds. Remaley at the line. Pete with 11 trying to add to that. He's 3 for 4 from the foul line.
He wants to make this one. This is a big one because he'll get a curtain call with a dead clock.
Oh, that's right. He'll get the standing 0-2, I'm sure. Boy, he had 2 big three-pointers last night in the game against Liberty. He'll finish with 13 points, and he'll be replaced by Mike Leshko. Way outside. That shot doesn't go for Bickert. Final 3 seconds. And a pull-up shot does not go for Brad Hoffman. Whitehall, 58. And Central Catholic, 47. And it came down to, Dan, that lull in the third period where Central had all kinds of problems scoring.
Gary, there was good reason for that lull, as Ronnie Hasper has to be credited tremendously for going in the locker room at halftime, junking the triangle in 2, coming out in the matchbox in 1, where Eric Dogmanits really starred in holding the high-scoring Gabe Lisicky to 4 points. It was a great call by Hasler, and it actually turned the entire complexion of this ball game. There were many stars, Gary, but the biggest star, like always, was the MVP of the East Penn Conference, Pete Lisicky, who not only scored some many points, but did very, very well passing the basketball.
All right, let's take a look at the bench as Whitehall wins their 3rd straight East Penn Conference championship. That is a happy bunch of guys. Dick, who would think that you could do so many things with the matchup D?
Yeah, just 2 big comments there. A superb job by Hasler and company. That goes for that. You're talking about kids who come in with all the credentials and came up so big when it was on the line. 2 great games from Pete Lisicky in the semi and in the final. But again, the foul shooting and the basics that really won it. What a 3rd quarter.
And we will have the introductions as the trophy will be awarded. We'll be right back. And our thanks, of course, to Scott Bateman from List Productions for allowing us to use our handheld microphone. And, of course, we get ourselves now ready and poised for another week of kind of similar action, guys, as the districts. One of the complaints, I guess, about the tournament is that the districts is sort of a repeat of the tournament. Dick, is the complaint valid?
Well, they're going to change the nights at least, guys. We won't have it happening on the same night this time.
And, of course, we will change some of the teams around. Central will move into AAA, and Whitehall will stay in 4A. But one of Ron Hassler's complaints has been that, you know, to win this tournament takes a lot of stamina, and it's tough to go through this week and then turn around and get yourself back up again for the district tournament. And then if you do well there, you've got to get yourself right back up again for an inter-district playoff situation. And there's no question that the complaints are somewhat legit.
It is a legitimate complaint. It really is, Gary, especially now with a rush. And now you go back to the steady diet, a regular schedule. You know, you'll get only a regular schedule, supposedly, if the snow doesn't interfere for the districts, and for the inter-districts to be playing on similar nights.
Dan, do you see any ball clubs in 4A? The answer is going to be obvious, of course, because it's been that kind of year, that are certainly going to battle Whitehall for the district title. And don't forget, East Stroudsburg will be in the mix.
Well, Coach Brown has been here repeatedly throughout the whole week. And East Stroudsburg certainly a quality team, even though they lost that Christmas City tournament either to Becker or Freedom. I
They're
can't
only lost
remember
in the year to Becker.
But it's going to be an exciting Quad A and probably a very, very interesting AAA. We mentioned Central Catholic and Southern Lehigh possibly in the finals. But getting back to Dick's comment about the tiredness and playing back-to-back, I really don't think it hurt Whitehall, because Whitehall was emotionally charged from that game yesterday. Even though it took a lot out of its ball club, they came back like they never left the court tonight. Lisicky started the game much better tonight than he did the night before against the Liberty Hurricanes, and basically that was a major difference in a win for Whitehall.
No question about it. Pete really picked his game up from the very start this evening, scoring 22 points in the ball game and got a lot of assistance. Remaley with 13, and Whitehall put together a real fine effort tonight. Central, too, as the Vikings just went through a bad spell from the time they came out of the locker room for about 5 minutes. And that really turned out to be the difference of the ball game. They played Whitehall fairly even from that point on, but Whitehall had gotten what they do so well with, and that's a lead of about 10 points. And once they get in that position, they're very, very difficult to beat. We had hoped to talk to Ron Hassler and to some of the Whitehall Zephyr players, but we don't know if that's going to happen. And I'll just look for a little direction here from Rick Kehoe as to whether or not we're going to stay here. Ron Hassler went into the locker room with his ball club, and he is not going, I don't think, to give us some time. So we're going to call it a night. It's 58-47. Final score. Our congratulations to the Whitehall Zephyrs and to Ron Hassler and his ball club as they come away with the 1994 East Penn Conference Championship. Thanks to Dan Morakovitz and Dick Tracy for a terrific job all week long. I certainly enjoy their company, and I'll look forward to another week of that next week. Scott Barr did a terrific job down on the floor tonight. So for Rick Kehoe, our entire crew, I'm Gary Laub.